Hello, everybody. How's it going? It is I, Nines Vox. Ore Sanjo. I have arrived. Back once again with some more Genshin Impact. Yeah, so. Previously on this series, we found out that Kachina died. Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. So, previously on Genshin Impact 5.0 storyline, we found that Kachina died. Yeah. And so now we have to go through a long, complex process to resurrect her because the Abyss has done something to the Night Kingdom, which means she's sort of held hostage there. So instead of Mavuika being able to do it normally, we instead have to go through a roundabout way of duplicating her ancient name, storing it in a piece of obsidian, and then taking it to Mavuika to use as like a search anchor sort of thing. The same way that you would give like a police dog or something that's meant to sniff something out, or like a bloodhound or something, the same way you'd give a tracker something to use to accustom themselves to what they are tracking. Something like that. That's the best thing that I can think of to compare it to. Like, something that you can... I don't know. Maybe it's not the best metaphor, but like... You kind of see what I mean? Where it's like you have to give something to use to base the search around. If that makes sense. Oh, and also, despite the fact that I ended the stream, like, up there, I came down here to turn my commissions in last time, and, yeah. One of these days, when I boot up a stream, I'm just gonna be spawned in, like, the middle of the fucking desert or something. Like, just somewhere randomly in here. Just, like, here, though. Like, and it's gonna be like, man, what the hell were you doing off-stream? And the answer is probably going to be side quests. These, because I'm not done with my world quests yet. Let me show you just how not done with several of my quests. So, I've got a bunch of character quests currently active. Got a bunch of these currently active. We're not going to do these because I just get the gameplay time ones, and that helps a lot more. I've got World Quest, World Quest, World Quest, World Quest, World Quest, World Quest, Other World Quest, Other World Quest, and then all of these other side quests to do. Most of them I don't want to do, just like, where is it? I know that it's somewhere around here. 9 Pillars of Peace. This is the one that I don't want to do because it requires finding Geoculi, which I have done enough to get 7 of 9 of these. I do not want to get the rest of them because it is boring as fuck. Just hunting for Geoculi when there are other things I could be doing. Speaking of which, I can just... there we go. Okay. I can just get a third one of these and unlock Emily's story quest. Accept the quest. And now here I am, making it worse for myself. Expanding the quest list more. But that is how it goes. I will continue with this for now. And what was that other... Hang on a minute. Hang on just a moment. Hang on. What was that other exclamation mark in here? What's this? Oh, okay. So there's story quests for each of the tribes. I see. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like that. Part of me wishes that you could replay story quests, because, like, it feels weird only having these 5 currently in the listing, when previously, when I would go in here, there would be like every single 5-star in the game had their own section in here, and it feels weird not being able to replay them because we still have like the dialogue and the cutscenes and all the data and stuff downloaded. So why can't we replay them, Hoyo? Why can't we replay old quests or rewatch old cutscenes? Other games have ways to do that, I think. Most of what I have to base it on is MMOs, but still. MMOs let you replay old quests. World of Warcraft lets you create a new character to replay old quests. That's not lead outside. Yeah. World of Warcraft lets you create a new character to, replay old quests. Nikke Goddess of Victory has a cutscene viewer. As does Blue Archive. Blue Archive has a cutscene viewer as well. Arknights has a cutscene viewer. I think Azur Lane has a cutscene viewer too. Like Quest Archive, where you can go back and watch old cutscenes. Final Fantasy specifically has a replay mode where you can replay old story quests. Like main story quests, you can replay them. So Hoyoverse, why can we not? Okay, I should probably get chat filters. I should probably chat filter a little bit because why am I getting advertised to in my own fucking chat? What is going on with this? No, I will not be checking out any of the chatbot streams. Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts and like God Eater let you replay quests, or at the very least start a new save file to go back and watch old story content. But for the most part, other games have something where you don't have to start all over to replay story content. Most games have something like that where you can go back into an archive and replay things. I think the ones that are most interesting are the ones that let you replay like existing quests, not just rewatch the cutscenes and the dialogue, but actually replay like the gameplay of it too, which I think is really awesome. Because like Arknights, what it does is you can watch cutscenes in a cutscene viewer, and you can also replay old story levels. Like you can replay old story mode levels for extra stuff, like to grind materials, which it requires you to do because you need lots of materials in Arknights. That's just the way it works. Arknights is one of those games that is very, very, very heavy on the grinding. Actually, wait, now that I think about it, I don't know if Fate Grand Order has cutscene viewers. Has a cutscene viewer. I don't think it does, actually. That's a shame. Yeah, Fate doesn't have a cutscene viewer, I don't think.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
What happened at the stadium?
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
Fought the Fatui, big explosion, kaboom. Also lost her ability to go Super Saiyan.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
Well, just because she's lost Archon power doesn't mean she's lost combat power.
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Fair
I
enough.
wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
Fair enough.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
Fair enough.
There's no need to be so modest, Dion-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well.
Yeah.
Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Off we go. Time to storm the afterlife. What is this, Dungeons and Dragons with like the fugue plane or something? The fugu plane? There's that joke about pronouncing fugue, fugu. Which is kind of funny to me.
What
It's
is
Dungeons
this
and Dragons
place?
with the fugue plane, right? Fugue. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I know it's not fugu. Because there's a whole, I think it's a Tumblr post about that. But yeah, it's pronounced fugue, right? F-U-G-U-E. I think. Not entirely sure.
Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
This is Mavuika's room. Quarters?
Good
I guess?
eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
There we go. Storage room.
Whoa.
Warehouse.
I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory.
Oh, okay.
Now,
So that's why she
I
collects
still have
everything.
some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Fair enough.
Alright, we'll have a look.
Well, let's look around and interact with some items for a little bit of special dialogue. Fishing equipment. Let's just talk to
Fishing
everybody.
basket looks familiar.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
Mavuika just staring in the background over there. It's kind of funny, just ominously staring at the traveler.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it.
What is this, Dungeons and Dragons? We met in a tavern to go on an adventure. This reminds me of a scene from a movie, but I can't remember what movie it is, where it's like towards sort of the end of the film, for the final battle, characters just go into like a big archive of legendary weapons and just grab like all sorts of random stuff from like across history or heroes of the story that they're in or something like that.
In his eyes,
I think is really
saw
fun.
a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
My jokes about Mavuika being Super Saiyan only get truer and truer the more she talks, because she talks about strong fighting spirit now. Who are you, Goku?
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
Yeah, I mean, if he killed the fish, that was what he set out to do in the first place.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself.
That's true
In the
too.
end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head to head sometime.
I don't remember how the fishing mechanics in this game work. I will confess, I don't know how the fishing mechanics work. Okay, Chaska.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
Fishing equipment. The random fishing equipment in this room with like potions and alchemical equipment and like weapons and stuff is really funny to me. Where it's like, all of a sudden, fishing rod. What is this, Hunter x Hunter? Yansan.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks.
Is that like a championship belt right there? Is that what that is? It's interactable, so I guess we'll find out. But yeah, it's a championship belt.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head.
Why does it look kind of like the driver that Kamen Rider Beast uses? It looks kind of like the Chimera belt from Kamen Rider Wizard. Is that what it's called? Is it the Chimera driver or the Beast driver? Hang on a minute. Just a moment. Chimera driver. Nope, the Chimera driver is a different thing entirely from Revice. Then it's the Beast driver, right? Yeah, the Beast driver. With the doors open on like either side. The sort of these thingies. That stuff there looks like doors that open from here. Or a bit like the Legend driver, too.
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even 2 people to lift.
Okay, so the collective of plenty being bodybuilders is not what I was expecting from the name, but also really funny.
And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you.
Okay.
He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Okay.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
Both can be true. Both of those can be true. Paimon. But also, yes, my first instinct was he's probably wearing that to show off, because, I don't know, I feel like champion bodybuilders and powerlifters would definitely do that kind of thing. Jar.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wayob. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
And what's in that one?
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Paimon teleporting around to just randomly, like, appear behind people is always really funny. Because she doesn't do it in cutscenes that often, but when she does, it's always used for dramatic effect like that, or for comedic effect.
Grape juice.
And then something, like, funny comes immediately after it. Was that the same?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
Was that the same, like animation she does for the Ehe Tenandayo scene back in 1.0? Ehe Tenandayo. Expired by now. Which means it's probably fermented, so they just have wine in there? They just have sort of like a strange wine. Different jar. The ceremonial tools left by Yamaya, as well as the somewhat out-of-place jar of grape juice. Paimon probably would have given it a try if she wasn't scared it was expired. Let's see. Is there another description of the fishing tools? Oh, yeah. The traveler has his own dialogue. The fishing rod left behind by the legendary fisherman Matavaro. If the sea were a battlefield, this would have been his sword. Does Mualani have different dialogue?
This fishing basket looks familiar.
No. Plants. Belt. This belt belonging to Kitera the warrior. This is a copy of the original. Even Paimon could lift it by herself. Who did that hammer belong to? What's the story of that hammer here? What's the story of this hammer? Because it's taller than the traveler. It's taller than I think everybody in this room. Sans maybe Mavuika. Maybe. Fatui skirmishers could probably use it pretty effectively. Is this sand? Yes, it is. Talisman. What's this? Oh, right.
This is Atea's talisman.
Atea's talisman. I was like, talisman? I didn't notice that it was Atea's.
I'm sure you're familiar
Did
with
not
this
notice
one
that
already.
at first.
Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
Atea's talisman. It brought her a lot of luck. What's this? That's a club. That's cool. That's pretty cool looking.
Whoa,
Is that Mavuika's
this weapon
weapon?
is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero
Tenoch.
from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe. That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Huh. What for?
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved.
What did he even do?
When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle, and there was no one more courageous or resolute than him.
Okay.
He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished. And because he had already lost his ancient name,
Oh,
the
so when
Ode
he
of
was
Resurrection was
exiled,
unable to bring him back.
When he was exiled, he lost his ancient name.
And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow. He sounds like a true hero.
Indeed, even now, his story is told throughout the land.
That's pretty cool. It's a great looking club, too. It's a great looking club. I like the looks of that. The weapon used by the hero Tinoch from 500 years ago. The size is truly impressive. Is there anything else to inspect? Sit. Oh, it's a chair. Do we get to see Mavuika's weapon anywhere? Or have they not finished modeling it, and it'll only be shown when she's on banner in 5 point whatever? Alright, let's go.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer.
What powder?
Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. If each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot.
Yeah.
Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes.
Okay.
They demonstrate the true shape of time.
Right, so
The
it's
shape of
like a
time?
museum.
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Why are we getting into a theory about fourth dimensional shit here? What are we doing here?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
What does that have to do with anything?
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are.
Okay.
Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination.
But doesn't that still imply linear time, though? Just with forking paths by each decision?
The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it.
This is probably going to be relevant later. I'm sensing that this conversation is going to be relevant later. Something about time travel and timey-wimey nonsense. Something about that is going to become relevant later on in either the 5.x storyline, in the 5 point whatever stories, or way later in the game. Like, way later in the game. Yeah, I was a Doctor Who nerd in middle school. I haven't watched the series much lately, but that's just because I don't really have the time. I'm here instead. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, I sort of like streaming a lot more than I like just watching TV. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I need to be doing something while watching TV. So like building a Gundam or something like that. Just working on a model kit or drawing something or playing a game or something. I feel like I need to be doing something while watching TV. That's because I'm so used to watching YouTube while I do things. Not all the time, but like if I'm building a model kit, I probably have either music or YouTube on in the background. Like, I don't know, just yesterday actually, I was watching like old Markiplier videos while playing Zenless Zone Zero. So, like, that's the sort of thing that I do. And earlier I was watching, like, I'm moderately ashamed to admit, but, like, Reddit storytime type videos while building a Gundam. It's still not finished yet. I was painting most of it yesterday, but I might put pictures of it up on Twitter when I finish it, if it's to my liking, but it's for a different project that I'm working on that I will also eventually be dropping sometime, but that's still way off in the future. So forget I said anything. Well, spoilers, but forget that I said anything about that. But I was building a model kit while watching, like, Reddit reading videos, just because it's something to, like, listen to while doing something else. So when I watch TV, it sort of puts me in the mindset of, like, unless it's a show that's, like, super, like, plot gripping, like House of the Dragon. When I was watching Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, I'm, like, fully into it. Like, fully into it. Same mostly with Kamen Rider or something like that. Or shows that are in a language that I don't speak. Like, if I'm watching anime that's not dubbed, I sort of don't have a choice. I can understand some things, just not enough to be able to look away for very long. The good news about shonen is if you know, like, a couple of things that are used in a lot of, like, shonen stuff, you can understand a lot of the scenes without actually looking, which I think is really funny. Because if you learn what certain words mean, and you just hear the same shit over and over, because there's always something like, this power. Like, you're like, he's broken through the limit, or something like that. Or just yelling, or take this, or something like that. Once you understand that from one show, it does not change throughout every other show. So for shonen stuff, you can generally look away if you know what certain words mean. But also, I sort of grew up watching Dragon Ball in dub, so it sounds weird to watch Dragon Ball subtitled. I'm much more used to hearing Goku's English voice actor, which I cannot remember his name right now, and that bugs me. That is slightly obnoxious, but I'm so used to hearing Dragon Ball done in English that it sounds weird to listen to it in Japanese. And there are several shows that are like that, like several games too. But I'm sort of getting off topic, but, like, unless it's, like, an anime that I'm not watching in dub, there's no choice but to look at the screen there. Or if it's something really gripping, like Doctor Who was really gripping back in the day, but I haven't really been interested in keeping up with it lately. Not because I don't think it's good, not because I think it's bad. I think it is pretty good from the episodes I've watched. The episodes I've seen are really good. They're really cool. I saw the return of David Tennant specials with the Toy Maker, right? Yeah. Where they were sort of debuting the new Doctor for, like, the, like, split metamorphosis thing, where he splits into two people, which I think is a really clever way of doing it, because that leaves David Tennant's Doctor there in case they need to bring him back. That leaves the 10th Doctor and technically 14th Doctor, 13.5 Doctor, there in case they need to bring him back, because he also has a second TARDIS too, which I think is a really funny idea, that they could just bring him back randomly. Like if they wanted to, he could just, like, pop in for an episode, help them solve a problem, and then leave. We're on 14 now, right? We're on Doctor number 14, right? Doctor 14, I think. I can't remember which number we're on. Again, I haven't been keeping up with it really in depth. I should, because I do remember it being good, but also I sort of have other ways that I am using my time now. But that is incredibly off topic from what we were doing here. I made a Doctor Who joke, and then it got me talking about Markiplier. Here we go. Let's get back to this. I am predicting that this conversation is going to be relevant later on down the line.
Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
Yep, we know several people who can predict the future.
That sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Yeah.
Humanity
Kind of.
excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
So, ancient names record the past.
While the Pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future.
Okay, I see.
Only by uniting
get
the
it.
people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So, the first Pyro Archon created the rules of Natlan?
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan.
Ronova. What does that mean?
Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood.
Okay. So that's how he sort of democratized the process?
By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken.
Okay.
In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules.
Okay.
Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised.
Aw, that's sweet.
I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close.
Wait, so judging by the fact that those are Yumkasaurs in the picture, that means that Mavuika, before she became Pyro Archon, was a member of the Scions of the Canopy. She was in Kinichi's tribe.
I'm always having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an
green
ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Yeah.
Sorry, Paimon's
little
so
bit.
sorry. Paimon's
Just a little
mouth
bit.
works faster than her brain sometimes.
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that.
Too many other pressing matters to actually get upset about, I think.
No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead.
So, what happened to them?
Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just
okay,
comes
so they're
with a
still
lot
there.
of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess.
That's cute.
It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
You forgave them just like that?
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Okay. Yeah, so far, Mavuika, technically by being mortal, is one of the most down-to-earth Archons that we've had so far. Because, let's run through it. Venti is... Venti. Zhongli is incredibly out of touch with modern civilization, since he's sort of been... Well, he's been a god for thousands of years, so he sort of has the right to be out of touch with modern civilization. The Shogun is the Shogun, having locked herself in a parallel, a domain for hundreds of years, thousands of years, however long she was in there. Nahida is Nahida, and doesn't really have much worldly experience, which, actually, when I was going through the 500 years, okay, yeah, right, since Conria. So, it's just been since Conria, and the Archon War, and all of that stuff. But yeah, so Nahida is Nahida. She doesn't have much worldly experience because she was basically born yesterday. And if Ruka Devata represented actually having knowledge, Nahida represents the desire to learn, which is just another reflection of the knowledge that Sumeru prizes so much. Which I think is kind of a cool way of thinking about it. And also, fuck the sages. I hate the sages. Everybody hates the sages. The sages of Sumeru. Everyone hates them. Everyone hates those bastards. Grand Sage Azar. Fuck that guy. Hate that guy. He was a very obnoxious character, and I am surprised that he was just exiled to the forest. But yeah, so the second Ruka Devata died and Nahida took over, everyone was like, yeah, wisdom is dead, and now we've just got this, curious child that doesn't know anything. What are we going to do about knowledge? Without realizing that curiosity is where knowledge stems from. You need to be curious in order to go learn things. Yeah. You gotta be curious in order to go learn things, but the sages were too up their own asses about knowing things instead of learning things. And so they forgot the essence of what knowledge is. Ah, yikes. Just elbowed my water bottle. But yeah. The Sumeru quest line is really good. I really love the Sumeru story quests. It's a really good story arc, actually. I like it a lot. I like it more than I like Mondstadt and Inazuma. Okay. It's been so long since I played Mondstadt, Inazuma, and Liyue. And so I sort of forget key details about them. But also, which is to say, it is very difficult for me to actually rank the order in which I like story quests more. But, Sumeru and Fontaine are definitely up there towards the top. Inazuma has some good nostalgia for me because I can remember walking around Inazuma listening to like Cypress Hill on my headphones, which was fun to do. Doing the one basement quest where you go down like the well and the grate and go under the ground to search for things. Doing that to Cypress Hill's Dr. Green Thumb is just really funny. And then that was around the time when the teapot became available. So I remember grinding for materials, listening to other music during one summer, and that was cool. That was really cool. Same with Dragonspine. I can remember being in school watching Rango while doing some of the Dragonspine story quests. And then Sumeru. Sumeru I did last year. Like, last fall was when I got back into playing Genshin seriously, so I did the Sumeru story quests so that I could move on to Fontaine. And then I got to Fontaine around wintertime. And then I've sort of just been off and on from there. And now here we are again. New story.
Well, what happened after that? This
But yeah.
portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
So yeah, that is to say, I kind of like that we've got Mavuika, the god of war, as one of the most grounded and down-to-earth archons that we've met.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art.
I'm noticing that conspicuous past tense.
Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mualani-Kachina, over here, please.
I am noticing that conspicuous use of past tense.
Place the
Mavuika.
ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
All right, let's go. Let's enter the Night Kingdom. Or call someone back from the Night Kingdom. Or something like that. Let's place the ancient name. off to do our ritual here. I was going to say exorcism or seance, but neither of those are particularly
Surely
accurate.
as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
The fact that Mavuika knows exactly what to say for this would imply that this has happened in the past and she's had to do this. But she's also said that it's unprecedented that someone doesn't get resurrected by the Ode of Resurrection, which implies that she's making this up on the spot. Which I think is really funny. Where it's like, I'm going to say this really confidently, so let's hope this works.
Am I hallucinating again?
Hi there.
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
Oh, this is like the, what's it called in World of Warcraft? The Maw. It's like the Maw, where it's like, when you're in this afterlife plane, and there's something evil that's corrupting the afterlife plane around you, it'll play tricks on you by making you think that you're about to escape, but then it reveals that that's also a trap, and then it just takes you back to wherever you were being imprisoned before. So, I guess the Night Kingdom, while corrupted by the Abyss, acts sort of similar to that.
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wayob is being affected by the Abyss.
Oh, shit.
I was waiting for the Wayob to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wayob saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Kachina, huh?
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay.
We shall.
I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me.
I mean, we're still gonna worry even if you say that. So, I'm also just now realizing, Chaska... Let's see. Chaska has a lot of similarities to a hunter from Bloodborne, now that I think about it. She's got the very pointy hat. She's got a sort of curse/disease inflicting her, and thus enters a sort of insane rage state under certain circumstances, but also chooses to fight monsters and mediate conflicts. I guess the hunters from Bloodborne didn't really mediate shit, which is sort of the point. The hunters in Bloodborne can't mediate to save their lives, literally in some cases. But, yeah, Chaska seems like if she was just zapped into the Bloodborne world, she would do just fine.
I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough.
We'll be coming to save you soon.
I'll
Just
find a way
hang on.
back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
Nah, we're going to anyway.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final.
The ominous positivity of this. It's like, we are going to save you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I don't know what
The
lies
ominous
the Abyss has
positivity.
been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
Kachina.
Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
You're not a
All
burden.
you need
We're
to do
going to
is place
save
your
you.
trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah,
We're so close, we can't call it quits now!
Yeah. The signal's breaking up. We're going through a tunnel. I have to try to lighten the mood somehow.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form.
Light work. We can do this.
This entrance to the
We
Night
can do
Kingdom
this.
was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
Uh-huh.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right. Then I
Alrighty.
wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That
Also, the
face you
Traveler
just
can
made.
purify it.
Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here.
Can you not also, use your claymore? And, fight things with a sword? We don't necessarily need magic here. We just need something that can club abyssal monsters to death.
Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle,
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Confidence. Where there is confidence, there is hope. Where there is delusion, there is hope. All right. Off we go. Where are we? Oh, we're in here. I see. Okay. I was curious to see if we could jump in that and if that would deal damage to us, but we cannot hop in there. We cannot jump into the fire. Fire. Now I've got What's Your Fire from Kamen Rider Gotchard stuck in my head. Shit. Man. And I don't even know the words. I just know the opening, the part that says da 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 da. That part. I don't even know the fucking words. No. I know the words to Sky's the Limit, sort of. I kind of know the first verse, but not well enough to actually do karaoke. I do know chemistry. I do know the Gotchard opening. That one's easy enough to learn. In the original Japanese, too, not the English dub. Because they did release an English version of the song, which I think is really cool. They don't do that very often. But when they do, it's cool. Let's heal up first. Before we get into combat, let's do a little bit of healing. As I said last stream, do the healy thing. From Maho Shoujo Farina. Which, once again, I never thought that I would say, and now need to draw a magical girl Farina. I skipped over Yelan. Sorry about that. May I present? Silence. Utter silence. May I present? I see you shiver with anticipation. Yes, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Current party levels lower than recommended. Don't care. Moving on. Onward. Onward we go. We shall fight. Onward. Into the Night Kingdom. Into the Night Kingdom we shall go. We shall lead the charge. And fight to save our friends. Don't know why I'm doing a stock fantasy protagonist voice all of a sudden, but here we go. This is the Night Kingdom? Or is this just
So
underground
we're
ruins?
underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
Yeah, not what I was thinking either.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons.
Ah, so that's where the Nation of Dragons thing comes from.
Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
Don't think she's talking about the Saurians.
Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
I mean, considering how powerful they were, I would assume they did.
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for.
Well, we can probably figure things out just by pressing buttons,
These
right?
ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
Yeah.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
She's getting fired up. Shaska's getting fired up. Everybody's getting fired up. Just what I wanted to hear.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the
Yeah.
pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Yep.
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Adventurers live for moments like these.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
We'll destroy all of our obstacles. Maybe not destroy, but you get the idea. Let's go. Yours? Ikuya.
Looks
Ikimasu
like
ya.
the road ends here. How should we get across?
Lizard. That's how. Ikimasu ya.
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying.
Personal
But
sports
I actually
coach.
work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
In moderation.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Show no mercy. All right. Plunging. Attack. Yeah, there we go.
Laser bear.
Oh, there, level 90. Hello there.
Just like we rehearsed.
Let's do this.
Hi.
There we go.
Game's up.
Yeah, look at that. Arlecchino Burgeon is too powerful for its own good.
Overruled.
Overruled. There we go. See, look. When I bother doing at least a little bit of team comp, I am unstoppable. We need more lizard. I could... Wait, I can't switch character to Mualani now. If I had Mualani in the
The
party...
place we
Hello
need
there.
to go seems really high up.
That's cool. Look at that. If I had Mualani, then I could switch for this. But I don't. So I won't. Overruled.
Strike a pop.
We are not, in fact, going to strike a pose. Please switch. Alright, then let's do this again.
Let my name echo in song.
Gotcha.
One more time.
About to get dicey. This is where
There we go. Single target single attack damage. Lots of explosions.
laid bare.
That's what we love to see. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Yeah, see, look, I was right. We can go a long way by just pressing buttons. Just pressing random buttons and seeing what happens. All right. Lizard time. Ride the magma flows. If we brought Kachina in here, we could also technically break story continuity by doing this, but you get the idea. All right, we are back. Let's hop out of the ground, please. Can we hop out of the ground? There we go. And now, I don't believe this will be the finale, but just have to build up meter here. Summon the guys, throw the thing, and then collect our debts. Collect what we are. Try. You gotta love that. Go on. And now, set up, set up, set up, set up, and complete. We should probably deal with these guys first. I said, let's deal with these guys first.
Transfixed.
Quietly now.
Witness
Heal a little bit. Reset the thing. Throw the thing. Ouch. Throw the thing. Do the other thing. Do the other thing. And then do the other thing. Look how fast that health bar just vanishes the second I actually have all my setup done. Now, in between combat phases, I will now heal the rest of my party. Everybody except Arlecchino, because she's at a pretty decent amount of health already. Kale especially needs it. Especially needs the healing. The healy thing. Alright. We can get everybody up to full health except Arlie, who will be healed via debt. You know, blood debt. From the thing. From her ultimate. Heal a little bit more. Heal a little bit more. Check this thing. Leyline overflow. Nice. Don't mind if I do. More healing. And moving on. Now that's cool. The door animations here, the Ancient Civilization door animations are awesome. Bring in the other lizard. And break down the walls. Anything in here? Did I do that? Nope. Can we ride the...
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up,
just
and we'll be there. Nothing
this.
to it.
Easy for you to say.
Oh, this is just straight up lava. I'm just now realizing this is just lava. Or phlogiston. There we go. Into the Night Kingdom now.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
It does look like a scar in reality itself, so...
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
You're probably going to get dragged through by some kind of invisible wave or something like that. The undertow.
Hey, you don't have to drag Paimon. You're pulling too hard.
So this is the Night Kingdom.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
Whenever you enter a new dimension, you always have to have someone say, "It looks so different than I imagined."
That
abyssal
overflow of
energy
energy
everywhere.
is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
Oh, and this is the same abyssal energy from the chasm. It's the purple stuff from the chasm.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
All right.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
We'll figure something out, I
Do you
think.
see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Okay, so that's our exit then.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
I guess
Just
so.
like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If
This
this was
is
the
a
real
realm of
world,
thought.
we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
And how do you know that? Don't try it. Don't try it now.
Right. We still got a job to do.
What are these? Are those spirits of people just in the water?
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Easy enough, right?
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
This is like the underground from Tears of the Kingdom, kind of. That's what it reminds me of.
The terrain looks
With all the malice
difficult to
corruption.
navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions? Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
I don't want to say let's split up, gang, because that's always a very bad thing to do in this sort of situation, but...
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
And who are you?
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Hi there.
Calm
Mr.
down.
Ghost?
I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Oh, that's this guy! Wait, does that mean you're...
Yes. I'm Vichama's friend, Mallko.
Oh,
I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me.
so Mallko wasn't completely dead.
It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
I mean, it's better than nothing. We wouldn't have a guide otherwise.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected.
Interesting.
Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power.
Okay,
I'd
so...
like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Fair enough.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's
Wait,
like a
can we walk on
seething
this, or is this
volcano
water?
ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Oh, we can walk on this. Oh, ow. Okay.
You can't go wandering.
Okay, so we have to
Stick
keep up
close to
here.
me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
I love this bloop, 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 bloop sound. It's always so cool when things do that, where you're walking in some spirit world
Be able to keep this
on
up.
some sort of water thing.
Let's try another route.
It's just bloop, bloop,
This
bloop,
way.
bloop, bloop, bloop. There's something like cool about it. No, 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 no. No, stop that. Fine. Okay, we'll bring this back. We'll bring this back.
Not good. More monsters.
And our Latino can't receive healing
We
anymore. All right,
shouldn't waste our
combat
time
mode.
on them.
Don't worry, we won't waste time.
Everlasting as the moon,
We'll just annihilate them.
laid bare.
Gotcha.
All right, there we are. Simple and clean. We got this. What is that? Abyssal corroded rock. Yeah, this does look like the same abyssal corruption that's in the chasm. It's in the deepest reaches of the chasm. With all the, like, purple stone-like things. The sort of concretions. That's what they're called. The concretions.
Oh,
That's what it looks
Paimon
like.
can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Yep. I'm sticking. More combat. More combat to be done. Is this sand that we're walking on? The fog. The fog is coming. The fog is coming. That looks like a face over there. What is this? Destiny 2, the final shape?
Did you hear that?
Hi there. You weren't behind me just a moment ago.
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Destiny 2, the final shape. The witness is here.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
Ah, you could hear a voice in it? I just heard random whispering.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Yeah, that seems obvious. That seems pretty, guessable. Alright. Oh, is this not the real Mallko, maybe? Journey lies...
Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place.
Why does this thing walk slower than my running speed, but faster than my walking speed? I hate it when NPCs do that. I hate that. Oh, just some Rift Hounds? Kachina, we're almost here. We have arrived. Don't worry. We're a moment away. Oh shit. That's scary as hell.
We're here, Kachina.
We have arrived!
Mualani, you made it!
Yore yoyaku sanzo! We've finally arrived.
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
3 Rift Hounds?
Good idea. Let's go!
We got this. We can fight them off. Alright. Oh, with all of you grouped together like that, that makes this way easier. Now do this. Now do this again. Now do this again. Now do this. And this. And this.
Here comes the catch.
And now this. And now they're all dead. See how good at this I am?
You're finally here! Thank you so much!
We
That
made it.
monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times.
Is it a collective of those shadowy figures?
The Wayob's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Well, we're here now, so let's go monster hunting.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Yeah.
Should we start heading back then?
No, I feel like we've got to save the Wayob because this place is going to fucking explode otherwise.
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Wayob with me?
Yeah, we should probably help the Wayob
I can't
first.
exactly put it into words.
Help it out a
but
little bit.
something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss. That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the
Yeah.
Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wayob of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wayob. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wayob can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wayob can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam.
Okay, so they were cut off from being able to contact Kachina, which is why she couldn't be resurrected. Because she wasn't in range of the spell, basically.
But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
So how big is the Night Kingdom? Because it has to be massive then, if they need so many proxies.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy.
Or that.
Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem. Still, we can't just leave the Wayob to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
Saving one is better than none at all.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina.
Yeah, and since it's been described as like an embodiment of abyssal power, that means it's pretty significant in terms of how much corruption it's
Getting rid of the
doing.
monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Exactly. If it's like a load-bearing monster, then it seems easy enough to destroy it and then halt the corruption a bit.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Seems easy enough to pull that off.
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wayob and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
Well, she doesn't have a mortal form right now. She's just a soul. We're the ones who are really in danger, and we're not really feeling any ill effects.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on.
Where's the totem pole?
Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
All right. Let's go
Listen to
save
me,
the Wayob
Kachina.
then.
We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wayob, not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already
Then
come
let's
all this
go.
way. So we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, I just didn't notice. So, remember how I said last stream that Chaska has this sort of like skeleton print going down the leg of, or the one pants leg that she actually has? She's got the same thing on her arm too, on the one sleeve. And that's kind of ribcage-ish. That's kind of like a ribcage design there on the front of the... I don't know what I'd call that. Is that a shirt? A corset? A shirt? I guess top? But yeah, that's kind of a sternum and ribcage design there. A femur design on the front of the leg. Yeah, the hat's kind of skull-like. It's more like a bird skull, but it is very skull-like. And then the arm design, the arm bone design going down the arm. And I wonder if the glove has a skeletal handprint on it too.
Let's go. This way.
Yeah, see, because it's very stylized. It's very stylized, but that is still definitely a skeleton design going down there. And that's kind of spine-like on the jewelry there, on the ornamentation. It's kind of spine-like.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
Alrighty. I guess the bird skull hat makes sense, considering that she's got so many feathers and is an Animo vision user.
All by
So
yourself?
that makes a lot of
That's
sense.
too dangerous.
Because those are sort of wing-like, so it's like a skeletal bird sort of diving. And then on her clothing, there's like human skeleton-like things, and then more bird feathers on the rest of the design. And she's an Animo user, which naturally lends itself to air and bird-like things, which means in combat, is she going to break out like a spectral bird or something? That would be really cool.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides,
Oh yeah, from the Feather Clan.
I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend,
Flower
I'm
Feather
sure
Clan,
you're not
right?
particularly fond of goodbyes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So go. Achieve your goal. And return to the world where you belong.
We will.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for your help, Mallko.
You're a true hero.
Just need to see the back
you.
of Chaska's glove to confirm if that also has
No one
skeletal
fights
patterning
alone.
on it. No one fights alone. Because if that also has like skeletal patterning, ooh, we need to heal everybody.
Does your head still hurt?
Look
Let
at
me
that.
help you walk.
Look at that. Look at
I'm
that health.
fine, I'm
Look at the health bar
fine.
there.
You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Fair enough. Yoink. All right. Let's get this going. Get a bit of healy. It would be really funny if they added in like dizzy animation for if you do that enough. Because I know that a bunch of games have that. In Mario, there's a thing that happens if you, like in the 3D Mario games, like Odyssey, there's a thing that happens if you do that for a long enough time. And I know there are other games that have that too, but I can't remember what they are. I think some of the cartoony or Legend of Zelda games do that, like Wind Waker might have done that, I think. It's been a long time since I played Wind Waker. But I think Wind Waker might have done that too, if you spin around enough. When not trying to charge up a spinning attack or something. Way to drink water while we're not doing anything in particular. I'm just waiting for healing to be done. Like, it would just be another animation to give to characters, but I feel like it would be really funny if each character had a unique animation for what would happen if you spun in a circle enough times. Some people would fall down, others would just, like... Farina, maybe Linny and Lynette, and maybe Nilu, or other dancer characters. Oh, and Eula, probably. Like, other dancer characters. Maybe Ayaka, too. Sorry, I keep adding characters on there, as I think of more characters who are confirmed to dance several times. Would probably go into some, like, sort of a ballet spin. They'd probably have some, like, elegant spinning. Some people would probably just stop on a dime and be unfazed, like Yelan, Arlecchino, maybe, Rosaria. Rosaria might have a spin too, because she does spin on her spear sometimes. Xianyun would probably turn into a bird. Like, that, like, sort of glowing bird she turns into during her plunging attacks would probably do that. A lot of characters would probably just, like, stop on a dime. Dia, probably. Chevros, maybe. Lisa, too, probably. Like, a lot of characters would just, like, stop on a dime and be fine and then do some kind of smirk or something. And a lot of characters would just fall down. So, I think that would be, like, a really funny thing to add that affects absolutely nothing. Does nothing in terms of gameplay, but is just a funny character detail. I think that would be a funny character detail to add, is a spinning animation, for if you do that enough. It's easier for me to spin to the left than to the right, for some reason. It's because, like, if I try to do it to the right, that happens. But if I do it spinning left, I can do it really well. Just a random thing. Just something completely random. Door of Resurrection activated. Okay, let's go this way. Wow, this is a cool looking landscape. Wow. That is cool. Look at this. I love a good landscape like that. Like, or where the background landscape is all super cool like that. I love that you can hold Alt to show the cursor, because that means I can gesture to things without having to pause the game. It means I can do this and just go like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Others would be off balance, but wobble a little bit to fight dizziness. Bennett would fall down. Wobble. Fall. Probably wobble a little bit, but Beidou, I think,
if you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Would also probably recover really fast. Because doesn't Beidou drink a lot, too? Like, isn't Beidou's fighting style sort of halfway to, like, Drunken Fist? Or am I confusing her with a different character from another Hoyo game? I know that Fei Xiao from, nope, I'm right. I'm right. I am right. Never mind. Probably get off balance, but stay standing. Fall down. Off balance. Fall down. Yeah. So she's got sea legs, which means dizziness and instability really doesn't do anything to her. Or she'd, like, stumble, but then turn it into some sort of, like, stance or something. This thing's cool looking. Let's help the Wayob, kill a giant abyssal monster.
Wayob, I'm back. My friends and I are here to heal you.
We're here to do our part.
Wayob,
We're gonna try our best.
Can you hear me? Wayob?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wayob from answering our calls. All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too. Actually, Traveler's probably going to do most of the heavy lifting just because he has the purification power. Why is the screen rumbling? It only rumbles when there's a boss fight about to happen.
Careful. We've got company.
Yep. As expected. Oh, an Abyss Lector.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
I like these guys' voices. They're so cool.
You
Just
killed Mallko?
wasn't he already dead?
he would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself.
What effects do they use to get that voice? Because, like, I want to try to figure out how to do that in, like, I don't know, any voice software, really. Any voice recording software. What filters do they use on that?
You may have
Filters and
defeated
effects
others of
and
my
other
kind in the
stuff like that.
past,
Pedals
but
and shit.
underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Like, because I do know that in some, like, music software, if you record a voice, you can use amps and pedals on them, like, as if you had an instrument or a guitar or something like that. I say instrument or guitar as if guitar is not an instrument. Chalk that up to, not being very musical, aside from being able to sing. But, yeah. I just wonder what effects they put on that to make that sound that way. All right. Oh, and after we finish up this boss fight, I'm probably going to end stream for today, just because that seems like it would put us at a really good stopping point.
No, the power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close.
Well, okay.
I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power.
This guy's like Scar from Wuthering Waves, where it's like, ah, yes, here's a metaphor about lambs. I know the phrase lamb to the slaughter exists, but, like, it's still funny. He also has a red color scheme and is a main, like, and is an antagonist. Yippee! Only now he's not talking about cards. So I don't get to make a Magic the Gathering joke about it. Layering with a slight tunnel echo, touching up pitches of each layer to make it sound like multiple voices. Yeah, but also there's no chorus effect to it. There's no chorus to it. There's also no reverb, which is also weird, because usually big, intimidating monster guys have reverb on their voices. Like, I think even Capitano had a little bit of reverb when he spoke.
Ancient names, pride,
No,
friendship.
there is reverb
all
on it.
empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth.
Never mind, he does have
There's
reverb.
no power at all.
He does have reverb. It's just modified a little bit so that it sounds sort of robotic almost. So that this guy's voice is almost mechanical. That's interesting. Yeah, you talk about all-encompassing power, but we're gonna kick your ass.
Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you.
Huh.
Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
I don't know, maybe because the Pyro Archon has had decades of training? Huh? Maybe? How old is Kachina anyway? She's still, like, a kid. So it's like, it fucking goes to like, I would assume that the Pyro Archon would be significantly stronger than, like, a random 12-year-old? What is that comparison? It's like, you, random toddler, why is the UFC world champion so much stronger than you? It's like, what? What is that comparison? What is that fucking comparison?
Kachina,
The answer is that the Pyro Archon has had more training.
give me your hand.
And has had more time to learn how to use her power and grow and learn how to fight. That's the fucking answer, Mr. Abyss dude. Also, power of friendship.
Feel that?
We're gonna kick your ass.
I'm right here next to you. Thanks, Mualani. You're right. I have nothing to fear.
Yeah, we got this.
Because I'm not alone anymore.
There we go.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
My friends are my power, like Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
What?
What? What is this cliche?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down, it comes from our friendship.
Wow, they really did say power of friendship, but I kind of dig it though. I like it.
The power lies not in the ideal itself.
I love power of friendship scenes. They're always cool.
But
They
in our
always go
commitment
crazy.
to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight.
Which is how we're going to destroy you.
Well said. Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Because this man doesn't understand
Sorry
what
in
hard
advance,
work
but
means.
You deserve what's coming to you.
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Oh, so are we going to use the team that we walked in here with, or are we going to use these two? So that would be really cool if we used those two in tandem. We are using these two. That's cool. Nah, I'd win.
Get back!
Keep jumping on this guy. I almost did half his health with just Kachina jumping.
Woohoo!
And now let's do this. And wow, that guy is a bum. He has no combat strength at all. Go on, die. Just right into him on a giant fish.
Right here.
Nah, we got this.
Carving way.
Can I move, please? Thank you. There we go. The damage kind of relies on being able to move. There we
Need
go.
a surfboard?
Now we can just hit that man with that stuff. Me when I vaporize this man?
We actually won!
We did it. We got the guy. Turns out he wasn't any stronger than the ones we fought in the past.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic.
We did
This
it.
makes me so
They did it, actually. They did it.
unbelievably happy.
Mhm.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
That's cute.
What's happening?
We've reversed the abyssal corruption, right? We purified the area?
My
Oh.
ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
Well, this is a world of concepts.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait,
What is
that mean
Mualani's
you're-
ancient name, for that matter? Oh, so she's got her own purification
That
power,
was a
huh?
bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend.
Ooh.
Especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption.
So that's not a Wayob, but that's one of the previous ancient name bearers.
Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything
that's
you
cool.
said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss.
Oh, that's the guy that voices Igor in Persona 5. Spoiler alert, that's not what Igor sounds like in any of the other games, and there's a reason for that. But I'm not going to go into Persona 5 spoilers because that's not what we're here for. But yes, it's that guy. I can't remember his name.
Years worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Oh, this isn't just a previous ancient name bearer. This is the original guy.
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
Sorry, I know this is a serious scene, and it's really badass, but this man's name is Tupac? Tupac? Like Tupac Shakur? Like the rapper? Huh? Okay, I get that it's a name. It's a name. It is a name. Anybody can have a name. But at the same time, you got to admit that's at least kind of funny. that he has the same name. But yes, Tupac the Giant.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayob.
So the Wayob don't choose someone who already represents the thing. They choose someone who will, or who is capable of growing to represent the ancient name.
Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan.
Oh, that's cool.
Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
This is such a good scene. Fist bump. That's cool. Hmm? Wait, so ancient names can give people power?
What's wrong, Mualani?
Ooh, the tattoos are glowing. That's cool.
So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew.
Ooh.
So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Does that mean you already know about this whole thing? Right, that's probably what makes Ian-san so powerful, so formidable, is because she's already gone through the same thing that Mualani's just gone through, which is sort of assimilating with the ancient name or something. I'm assuming. I'm guessing
I
here.
had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
I'm guessing here, but that
This
was a
sounds
really
like
cool
something
scene.
That's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wayob first.
Yeah, let's finish that up. All right, Traveler, Purification. Oh, we're all lending our power. That's cool. Okay, so so Traveler's absorbing the abyssal power, and they're refreshing it with elemental power. That's cool. We should probably make sure not to cross the streams, though.
That should be enough.
Just in case there's some
Wayob?
Ghostbusters shit afoot here.
Wayob? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens. You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change. No matter what the future holds.
That's sweet.
Thank you, Wayob.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse.
Yeah.
Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
Sounds
I
good.
know we've never met before,
We
Wayob,
will.
but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out
We
of
should
time.
probably run now.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's right behind me, isn't it? Alright, let's go.
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
Ooh, there are Seelies down here too. And we are running from the wall of flesh now, huh? Alright, let's go. Ooh, that was interesting for a moment there. What is this, Terraria? We're in the underworld running from the wall of flesh. Oh shit, it is right behind me. It is right behind me, isn't it? Okay, if I just stay over here, I'm fine. It's only showing up in the middle of the path.
It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
We've got this. We can do it. Nah, I'd win. Oh shit.
Quick, through the middle!
Nah, I'd win. Okay, there we go.
Come on! Faster! We'll never make it!
We've got this. Oh, okay. I was expecting to climb over it, but no, we're just destroying it straight up. Just throwing Kachina at it. That's funny. Thought we were going over it, but it turns out that the only way out is, in fact, through. We've got this. Oh. Well, that's... Oh, we landed in more light. Oh. Okay. Is this also part of the Pyro Archon's plan? I guess it is. Oh, Mavuika got us, didn't she? Ooh, and the electric guitar coming in. Ooh.
You've done well. Now come home.
Ah, she reclaimed her fire, too. I'm sorry, did she just punch a hole in between dimensions? Did she just punch a hole through a dimensional barrier to get us out of the Night Kingdom? With her fists? Just punching the air and then tearing open a portal in between dimensions?
We're back!
That's badass.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here.
How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
Well, I mean, I guess she put it into the fire, so maybe she took it out of the fire and then put it back in, and
She's
that's where
still
she
in
is
the
now?
Speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
Wow, so she saved us with nothing but pure fighting spirit?
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Wow.
Every great display of power comes at a price.
Disciplined mind is a powerful mind, I guess. Like that one Batman episode. You're
You must
alive.
feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we should also probably go to the
Paimon
doctor.
feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
I'm completely fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Yeah, considering it seems to be literally how this guy is built.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Yeah.
Right. The Wayob mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
So here we are in another nation where the Archon concocted a plan to save their respective nation 500 years before the present day, and everything is happening just as they predicted. Just like in Fontaine.
I'll let her explain everything.
Except with
We're
less
all a part of the plan now.
Fool Celestia and more Fight the Abyss instead.
Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Wow, no pressure. No pressure, guys. All right. That's where we're going to end off today because that's a good stopping point. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had a very good time. Thank you. YouTube crowd, if you've made it this far, like and subscribe. Speaking of YouTube, catch the VOD if you missed any part of the stream. Nine's Vox channel on youtube.com. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I don't know if I'll be streaming on Wednesday, because I've got stuff that I need to do, but I might try to go for Thursday or Friday. That seems like a little bit of a better idea. Just so that I'm not trying to, like, stream at, like, 8 o'clock at night, which doesn't really sound pleasant for anybody. Not for viewing experience, at the very least. Live viewing experience, at least. But, yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll put something up on Twitter once I get it figured out. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Adios. Bye-bye. Sayonara. Later. Peace.